What would you do if a decade of sacrifice was erased in a single day? For 10 years, I poured my heart into caring for my mother-in-law, Evelyn. Her frail hands, once strong enough to knead dough for family dinners, trembled in mine as Alzheimer's stole her memories. I bathed her, fed her, read her favorite novels aloud, even when she forgot my name. My husband, Tom, worked long hours, and his siblings Claire and Daniel lived states away, their visits rare and fleeting. The weight of Evelyn's care fell on me, and I carried it, believing love was its own reward. Our home became a sanctuary for Evelyn. I rearranged my life, quitting my part-time job to be there when she woke confused or wandered at night. Tom and I argued sometimes money was tight, and his siblings offered little help. Claire sent occasional checks with curt notes. Daniel called once a month, his voice distant. But Evelyn's smile, rare as it was, kept me going. She'd pat my hand, her eyes cloudy but warm, and whisper, "You're my angel." Those words were my anchor. When Evelyn passed last spring, grief hit me harder than I expected. I'd lost not just her but the rhythm of our days, her soft humming, the creak of her rocking chair. Tom and I planned a quiet funeral, but Claire and Daniel swooped in, suddenly involved. They insisted on a lavish service, paid for from Evelyn's modest estate. I didn't argue. I was too tired. But then came the will. Evelyn's house, her savings, her cherished heirlooms, everything went to Claire and Daniel. Tom got nothing. I got nothing. 10 years of my life, and not even a mention. "You didn't expect anything, did you?" Claire said, her voice sharp as she packed Evelyn's china. Daniel avoided my eyes, loading furniture into a van. Tom stood silent, defeated. I felt invisible, my sacrifice reduced to a shrug. They took everything, leaving our home bare except for a few boxes of Evelyn's clothes and trinkets they deemed worthless. I couldn't speak. Anger and hurt choked me, but I swallowed it, thinking that was the end. Then came the twist. Sorting through those forgotten boxes in our attic, I found a small, locked diary tucked inside a sweater. My hands shook as I pried it open. Inside was a letter, written in Evelyn's shaky script, dated a year before her death. It wasn't part of the will. It was for me. "My dearest Sarah," it began. "You've been my daughter, my light, when my own children drifted away. I know they'll take what's left, but I've hidden something for you. Look under the floorboard by my old bed. It's yours, because you cared when no one else did." My heart raced. I drove to Evelyn's house now, Claire's, under the pretense of retrieving a forgotten scarf. Claire was out, and the house felt hollow. I crept upstairs, my pulse loud in my ears. The floorboard by Evelyn's bed was loose, just as she'd written. Beneath it was a small metal box. Inside, a delicate gold locket, her mother's. She'd once told me to folded deed. It was for a small cabin by the lake, a place Evelyn loved but never mentioned in her will. A note was pinned to it. "For Sarah, my true family." Tears fell as I held the locket, its weight grounding me. But then I heard the front door. Claire was back. Panic surged. Would she accuse me of stealing? I slipped the box into my bag, heart pounding, and hurried downstairs. Claire eyed me suspiciously, her arms crossed. "What are you doing here?" she demanded. "Just saying goodbye," I stammered, clutching the bag. Her gaze lingered, but she didn't stop me. I left, the deed burning a hole in my conscience. Should I tell Tom? Confront Claire and Daniel? The cabin wasn't just property, it was Evelyn's final gift, her way of seeing me when her own children didn't. That night, I showed Tom the letter. His face softened, guilt flickering in his eyes. "She loved you more than us," he whispered. "We decided to keep the cabin a secret, not out of greed, but to honor Evelyn's wish." Claire and Daniel had taken enough. The locket, though, I wore every day, a quiet reminder of what love costs and what it gives. The cabin became our refuge. Tom and I visited on weekends, fixing it up, laughing like we hadn't in years. It wasn't about the money, it never was. It was about Evelyn's trust, her belief in me. Her letter gave me back my decade, not in possessions, but in truth. I'd mattered to her. And that was worth more than anything Claire and Daniel could carry away. Yendi.